Hey, welcome back to the pod.
Welcome back, everyone. This is
Confused as you are.
This one's special because it is
Road trip edition.
edition.
Let's go.
Believe
Zero
it or not,
rehearsal
that was
time.
our first try.
We didn't even talk about it. It just happened.
It just happened. We did not rehearse that at all.
So the audio's cooked.
Yeah, I forgot the mics. Actually, I remembered one mic and not the adapter cord to make it useful in any way.
So anyway, please excuse the technical difficulties, and maybe we'll be screaming at one point because the deer's about to run out the front row.
The highest bidder for how many times I will get honked at is 17.
Yep.
So keep track.
First one to comment how many road rage incidents there are in
I don't get
in
road
this
rage.
episode.
Do you?
Well, I
Do you
might.
get passenger road rage?
I don't actually get road rage.
I think you could get road rage against my driving, maybe.
I think I might get backseat driver road rage.
Yeah.
Because growing up, do you remember? Sorry, this is not important. We're already getting carried away.
We're already getting carried away.
We had this friend growing up, and I remember one day. Were you with us when he drove his truck into Lethbridge? And I was kind of heckling him because the way he chose to back out of the.
Yep, I do.
Anyway, I'm not gonna name names, but.
But if you're listening to this, you know who you
Yeah.
are. And
Much
you
love.
are not a good driver in high school. And I can say that because I suck at driving. Anyway. Let's get into the pod.
So, it's just me and Ella today.
Woo!
So, we are going to.
We're going to be chatting. We're probably going to hit a lot of tangents. We have 5 hours to kill, give or take.
Yeah. Because we know that everyone we've talked to is make the episodes longer.
Make them longer. They're too short.
They're 40 minutes is not long
Not
enough for me
time.
to wake up and listen to it as I'm getting ready in the morning.
To glorified voice recording.
Yeah,
Which is
which is
exactly
what this
it
is.
Anyway, with that said, it's been 2 minutes. Yeah, and we're excited. So, the conversation topic that we're gonna hit on today, and we'll probably go everywhere, is kind of I don't know a better way to put it, maturity.
Maturity. Yeah.
Especially as young adults, what's the balance? What's good? What's bad? What are some expectations we have?
And especially so those expectations, it's should those
Should they be?
change? Should you maybe have a little perspective change?
Should you have it higher? Let's get into it.
Should you? Yeah. So.
I'm excited for this because this has been a question in my heart actually, for a hot second.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because if you know me and Matt,
That's one.
I wish that we could set
It
up a
was that bad.
camcorder. Is
It
this
was
even how to get to Edmonton? Am I still going the right way?
I think so.
I don't know. We're gonna go to the corner instead. Anyway, sorry. I don't know. If you know me, if you know Matt, we like to do some pretty ridiculous stuff.
Silly
We've thrown
stuff.
fake weddings. Last year there was the bring your own cucumber party. I don't know. We're just doing some odd stuff in YSA. And it's fun and it's cool, but then there are many nights where I go home personally and I'm what am I doing with my life? Genuinely, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And it's a hard balance of being no, I had fun, we're making memories, and why can't we? And also being is this really the best use of my time, you know?
Yeah, and I feel maybe people feel the pressure to be I don't know, to be grown up or to grow up.
Yeah.
In YSA. Which I don't know. I guess I'm excited to kind of hear your perspective on this. I mean, we've talked a little bit about it, but
Talk a little bit.
it's just it's come up, I guess. Cause yeah, I don't know how to put this. I've heard the common complaint among girls in the YSA is that there just aren't enough men.
Where
That's
are all
kind
the
of-
men at?
There's a lot of boys, but where are all the men?
And I'm excited to hear it on your side too. If there is a feeling there's a lot of girls, but maybe that's what you want. I don't know.
No, and I think that guys I think
Girls are kind of naturally more mature.
Yeah. So you speak for all girls. I speak for a guy, and maybe one other dude.
He speaks for you and
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're listening,
Simon
guy.
Allison or something.
Yeah. Oh man, but
Well, maybe.
I feel like guys generally just want someone they can like open up to and be themselves around and like kind of get good positive feedback. Like I don't think it's always that deep with guys. I think that I think that we just kind of want it simply, and then I don't know.
Whereas with girls, I feel like there is, whether it's acknowledged or not, and I don't know, I'm going to put this as well as I can for driving and looking at Google Maps and trying not to get honked at by this dude behind me. I think that for girls, there is a lot more that goes into it of just like, we do want like a provider, like we want someone who is going to lead and protect and be like the man. And not saying that in a submissive way at all either, but just, you know, the fundamental nuclear family. And so I think that we do put a lot of pressure on like, okay, like, is he doing his church callings? Like, is he budgeting? Is he taking his studies seriously?
Is he a Peter Pan?
Is he a Peter Pan or not? To a point where maybe we hold guys to a standard higher than they should be held to at that point in their life. Because, like, nobody's going to have it figured out to the extent they should when they're 20 years old, whatever. And I think that sometimes we do look for perfection rather than potential. Yeah. And subconsciously or not, that is what we do.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I want to share a story that I experienced this weekend. I've told you this.
Okay.
But shout out Ben Nilsson, my dad. This weekend it was like really fun to kind of be around my family. It was conference weekend, and my dad. It was like I just had gotten home. I was pretty tired. I was just kind of updating him on what was going on in life, and he was like so funny. Like, he was just cracking these jokes. I won't repeat any of them for his sake.
It's like for legal reasons.
But he was like, I was like, anyway, like wheezing. Like I was laughing, like, like losing breath.
Yeah.
And that's a side of my dad that I don't often see. And we were kind of talking about like, if girls, like, I feel like that's kind of like, my dad is a good example of like a man. He is like,
Ben is awesome.
He's like my example of like manhood, you know, because he's my dad, obviously. Yeah. But like he works a very stressful job, like tons of church callings. Like he just does it. Like he just can keep his cool pretty well and just is willing to do it because that's like the right thing to do. Yeah. However, I think that a lot of girls want that. Like, I feel like a lot of girls, when they think, like, who they end up with, they maybe have, like, that image.
Right.
Or they want someone who's, like, mature like that.
Yeah.
And, like, you kind of are, like, wanting the chicken before the egg type of thing, if that makes sense.
No, that makes
like,
total sense.
Listening to my dad joke, it was like, that was, like, Ben Nilsson. Like, that was my dad when he was my age. Coming through this, like, this
haze
man.
Of responsibilities and crushing.
And it's like, and I don't want to say that my dad's life is, like, crushing, but it's stressful. Like, it's more stressful than what I'm doing. It's more stressful than I think what anyone in the YSA is doing.
Yeah.
I've never been through this town.
I don't know where we are.
Yeah, we'll be fine, though.
I have my Google Maps. Yeah.
Hopefully this episode isn't evidence for, like, our missing persons case.
These two idiots.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point, though. I feel like I've recently realized kind of the hypocrisy of my thinking in that. Because it's true, like, I do want, like, I'm super single. Sorry.
Crazy.
Yeah. I got flamed by my parents this whole weekend for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I totally went the wrong way. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, I feel like I speak for all women, like, we do want a guy like that who is able to handle those pressures and whatnot, and it's hard to look at certain guys in the YSA who do seemingly have that altogether, whether or not they don't, and kind of hold other men to that standard, if that makes sense. Yeah. But then on the flip side, I don't know, my background, like my dad was an institute teacher in Edmonton, and so as a kid I would grow up with these YSA guys, and they were just so fun, and I just remember looking up to them being like, that's the kind of person I want. Like, they're so fun, and they just, like, they take things seriously when they need to, but they're doing this crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that's been a big part, too, in realizing, like, oh, you can have that both. Like you said with your dad, like, we're not...
You're turning here.
Oh, shoot. Ooh. Anyway, moral of the story is, I think just realizing that, like, you can have both. Like, just like you said with your dad, and you kind of saw young Ben Nilsson, we are all just stacked together, you know? Like, I have pieces of me from when I was 14, and I'll have pieces of me right now at 22 and I'm 30. Like, we're not compartmentalized horizontally, we're compartmentalized vertically. And so just knowing, like, part of finding that person who has that maturity and that ability to lead and whatnot is based upon that kind of free-spirited fun side as well, because that's what makes balance. And I think above all, that's what you look for in someone, is someone who's balanced.
Yeah, and I also, like, that kind of reminds me, like, I want to make the statement of, like, if that's what you're, like, girls, if that's what you're looking for in the YSA, like, you're not going to get married until you're dating, like, 30-year-olds. And by that time, the one's worth...
Wait, looking for what?
If you're looking for someone who has the maturity of, like, a man, like, you're just not going to find that. Because men, like what we said before, men either grow up or become men when they're married.
Yes.
When they, like... so you kind of have to, like, invest in the boy to get the man, if that makes sense.
And we were talking about this earlier too. Like, they are out there, I think, and I don't want to villainize them. But in my experience, when you find someone like that who does have absolutely everything together, has his priorities, does his thing, the flip side of that is he's either not going to have space for you in that life, or it's going to be a very specific,
he'll carved
out spot, and you just have to be okay with only occupying that space.
Yeah. Like, you don't build it together, right?
Change. Yeah, you don't build it. You don't mold that life together.
Yeah.
And you can, like, over time, you can be like, no, I need more space.
For sure.
But I do think in the beginning it will be hard to transition. You know, like, it's...
Yeah.
The grass is greener on either side. Except it's not.
And so, like...
all grass is the same grass.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense.
Yeah, the grass is just as green on this side of the fence. But it's like...
It's like, what kind of grass do you want? Do you want crabgrass, or do you want some Scandinavian grass?
Okay, I'm getting lost in the grass. I'm getting lost in the tall grass.
Let's move on from the grass.
But I do think that you're definitely right, where it's like the ideal guy is, I don't know, like, I hate to say this, but, like, I think he's already married. Like, I think that someone's already caught that.
I've always said that. I've always said that.
And
then the ideal guy will be the guy that you marry too, because then he's married. And does that go?
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Is, like, I also just think, and I think that it's like
you gain that maturity from being
you
married.
Also, like, God has given us a response. Like, we just listened to a talk that mentioned marriage during this conference, and it's like, it is like your agency to decide that.
Yeah.
And it's difficult because two people need to make that choice, right?
Totally.
But like, kind of tying things back to maturity in that sense, it's like that. I don't know, that idea that, like, you kind of have to build that together, I think, is the reason why we value, like, young single adult years and, like, remaining chaste during that time. Like, you have like a chance to, like, grow together before, like, when you're married, like, all this stuff, like, you're living together, you're paying bills together, there's, like, a whole dimension of life that opens up because of, like, other stuff, like, that happens in a marriage, like, and then family enters into it, and, like, you're in your own family, and there's, like, you don't want that, right? Like, maybe I shouldn't be telling girls what they want, but, like I don't.
That's my job.
That doesn't sound. Yeah, that doesn't sound like you don't get one without the other, if that makes sense. You don't get a man that's like locking in and doing everything
without a reason to lock in.
Without being his reason to lock in. Like, if that makes sense.
Oh, wait, yeah. Put that on the fridge.
Like, you gotta be a man's reason to grow up. Otherwise, he's gonna, like, have his interests and do his thing, and those are gonna be his priorities because you're not his priority. Like,
as they should.
And I don't know, I've been in relationships where I've, like, been in the middle of, like, doing something that I've wanted to do, and I get a text, like, that this person needs it, like, needs me. And it was the easiest decision in the world to put that down and go, like, help them with their thing. And so, I'm speaking from experience here, that it's like...
I was going to say, we're just two single people.
Yeah, we are, yeah. I guess that's true.
Every opinion
is not.
But we draw on life experience.
Yeah.
We know that we're kind of crazy.
As we're experts.
As the experts. No, but I do love that where there is, and we've talked about this, Matt, and maybe, I hope this isn't too controversial for our, like, 6 listeners out there.
Yeah. Shout out my mom.
Shout out our mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, something that my dad and I've grown up on, that my dad has always talked about, and I subscribe to it and I see the value in it, is you are single until you're married. Like, until you, and this is where it gets, stay with me here. Yeah. Is until you enter that eternal covenant of marriage. Like, in God's eyes, you're single or you're married. Like, God doesn't look at God doesn't see boyfriend, girlfriend and be like, oh yeah, that is like a binding label or whatever. Those are just labels that we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better, but more importantly, to practice for that marriage.
Yeah.
And so if you're single, then of course you're not going to lock in for anybody the way that you would when you're dating. And I think dating is when you start to lock in, you start to show that potential, but you really don't owe anyone anything more than what the relationship merits.
I think that's a good idea. It's like in a dating relationship, like a courting relationship, you don't actually owe that person that.
No. You can choose to give it.
But you have to give it.
Yes,
Where then when you're married, it's like in the Lord's eyes, there's an expectation of like...
Exactly.
Yeah, I actually love that, dude.
I'm so glad, because I've talked to some people and they're like, oh, so you support cheating? I'm like, I did not say that.
Yeah, no, you said that.
You're saying that. But yes, until you're in that, you're practicing for it, but it should not be a complete lock-in because that's not good for that stage of your relationship, and I think that's where problems come from is when someone expects them to lock in more than it merits, and the other person's like, no, I'm not gonna lock in that way, you know?
Yeah, because it's not, like, we're just not there yet.
We're not there. Extreme example, like, I'm not gonna make a shared bank account with you if we're dating. No one's asking to do that, but to illustrate my point. But yeah, I do think that as you are pursuing that eternal covenant, there should be aspects of yourself that you do hold on to, where it is kind of that lighthearted, you know, like you're still having fun, you're still finding yourself, but you're not, as we say, Peter Panning it, you know?
Yeah, and so I think that there just needs to be some grace given to these guys, because when people are, anyway, like, I think that it's also an opportunity to, like, girls who might be feeling this way, or even guys who might be like, well, everyone's so silly and like,
we're all just silly.
Which I think that's maybe less so, because I've met the guys of YSA. But anyway, I think that it's just an opportunity to just be, like, kind of broaden your horizons, like,
see the potential.
Give people chances to see how it goes, you know?
Oh my gosh, there's a spider. Ah!
Alright.
We can cut that out too.
I think we should keep it.
I don't.
I
have severe arachnophobia. Is that the word?
Yeah.
I can't do spiders. I don't do it.
But anyway, I guess that's the point that we're trying to make is like...
Well, I think too often girls, we look at the cover, we judge the cover, we open the book, but instead of opening to the first chapter, we're like, well, let's just see how it ends. And it's not written yet, so we're like, well, I'm going to go find one that has an ending. It's like, no. That's not how it works.
It's interesting. It's like, I think...
Speaking for all women, that might just be me.
And you also, like, I also want to say, like, we're not saying that, like, enter a relationship to change someone. Obviously, if you don't like something about a guy and you think it's going to be a problem, that might be enough to, like, not pursue it any longer. Mm-hmm. But just, like...
But also, don't be scared of getting... I shouldn't even say this because I'm such a hypocrite for saying this. This is something... I'll say I'm not good at this, but I'm working on it. And that's my new favorite phrase, actually. Side note on that. It's like, you know what? I'm not good at this, but I am trying to be better. You know, like, I'm not great at, I don't know, like, having these deep scriptures say every day or whatever, but I'm working on it. And I love how much grace that allows me to myself. So I'm not good at this, but I'm working on being better, is just being willing to just give it a chance, you know? Like, I think I get too far into the end game that I don't allow myself to even, like, take the steps to explore what could be.
Yeah.
And I just get scared and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and also, like...
And it's not fair to me or the person, you know?
Word of advice to girls who might be feeling something very similar. Like, if that is how you feel, and you're feeling, and you just, like, your mind goes straight to, like, the end game,
it's sabotaging yourself.
I feel like it is. Yeah. And I feel like...
As someone who does that,
as a guy, like, I don't want to even say, like, as a guy, I've done that as well. Yeah. So I don't think it's, like, mutually exclusive.
That's
to either gender, but, like, yeah, like, that is, like, a crazy way to, like, unless you have some
serious hang-ups.
Some serious hang-ups that you need to get through. I think that's, like, legit good advice is, like, just don't think about the end. Like, obviously, don't do anything to, like, jeopardize, keep the commandments. But, like, just go in and see, because you could be wrong.
Yeah.
And, like, I think in dating, having, like, the humility to, like,
to give things
it a chance and be wrong about something, like it's all about, I heard this quote on my mission, and it's, like, stuck with me ever since, but just, like, dating is all about finding the right one that will lead you to the best one.
Oh, I love that.
Because it's, like, just because things didn't work out doesn't mean that person wasn't right for you at that time. And the things that you've learned and have allowed yourself to learn from that,
yes,
like, the growth that you get out of that relationship is worth growing towards, because then you end up with the one that you choose and the one that chooses you.
Yes.
And
we've talked about that too, where I don't know, I remember having a conversation with Matt in a car a few weeks ago, where it's, you look back at the people that you have dated and they should be getting progressively better and more suited to you, because then you know that you're on the right track.
Yeah.
And you don't know that, and you don't know that you're dating the right people that will lead you towards those people, unless you're dating those people. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like there is this fear
so you gotta do it.
Gotta do it. But I also think that there's a fear, and we don't have to go over this in this episode, but just sowing seeds. I think that people don't realize, like, you can always break up. Like, I don't think that breaking up is as huge a deal. Okay, maybe this is controversial.
No, actually, so I have a really hot take. I have a really hot take about that.
Because I was about to go hot.
Maybe we should like wrap it up after this, but, like,
yeah, we'll wrap it up after this.
Because it's too
long.
Yeah.
It's too long. 45 minutes.
I think as members of the church, we have to be better at breakups. I think that, like, if we really are Zion, like, if that's really what we believe, that we're like this, we're gonna grow to this society that's more like Jesus Christ, where everyone's more like Jesus Christ. Giving someone the grace to be like, they were not for me, they're for someone else, is, like, huge.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And, like, kind of taking someone as, like, oh, they're not interested in me, what's wrong with me? And instead flipping that to, like, I'm glad that person cares enough about me
to know that it's not right.
To, like, and yeah, I don't know, because there's also scenarios where that's not the case and they actually just don't care. But, like, that's also a call for the breakup or the breaky. I don't know.
Yeah, where it's like, I dodged
to, like,
the bullet.
Do it out of love. Like, if you're gonna break up with someone, do it out of love. And if that's not there, if there's not charity there, then it's like, you gotta grow out of it. The person who's being broken up with needs to let it be an opportunity for growth on both ends.
Because I think that the majority of breakups that happen are like that, and I think the big ones
and then
that
there's
you're
just
about
like
that are
contention
messy
and
are
drama, and it's like that doesn't come from our God. Like,
and there are circumstances.
oh yeah, no, for sure.
But I think most breakups I know that I've known about is just, hey, you're awesome. This just isn't right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be turned into this big dramatic thing. It's like, oh, okay, thank you. Anyway, I feel let's put that in Crockpot and let's open that up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Later, because that, amen.
What do you guys think about that? I think that we're gonna wrap it up, but
comments.
anyway.
Food for thought.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff. Wow. Well, I've avoided being honked at for 26 minutes.
Yep.
Woo! We only took one detour. Almost hit one guy.
Things have been wonderful.
Things have been all clear.
And if you guys have any questions, email us. We have that in the description.
Or DM us.
Or comment on the videos, please. let's get this audience thing going.
Yeah, we want to be monetized.
And make like $1 a month.
I want to buy free range eggs. They're so expensive.
Well,
we should just start a GoFundMe. If you guys contribute to the GoFundMe, we'll keep this episode.
Oh my god.
Anyway, hopefully the audio's cracked. We will see you guys next time. This has been
Confused as you are.